Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Dan, this is Caroline and Jake.
Hello.
And we are with Flightpath Creative. We're a digital advertising agency in downtown Traverse City. And happy that you've joined us. Thank you very much. We're wanting to provide a little bit more information on what we do day to day and what life is like within an advertising agency, and answer any questions that you all might have. So I thought I'd start with just a real quick introduction of the types of services that we do here at Flightpath Creative, and then we'll dive into some questions. So this is our website. We do a fair amount of video and digital work, website design development, but also have a number of other services that we offer to clients, including marketing strategy. We have logo design, print and packaging design, brand and identity. We do some media planning and buying for clients, so we help make decisions on the types of advertising they should be doing. And then I mentioned earlier, we do a fair amount of web design development, e-commerce solutions, digital marketing, which is a big part of our day-to-day work. And that's a brief rundown on us. We have a variety of different talented professionals on our team, including graphic designers, web design developers, and project managers that assist in everything related to digital advertising, client management, and customer service related work. So that is a brief rundown on Flightpath. And if you want to, you can feel free to fire off any questions into the chat field. Otherwise, what we're going to do is throw out a few of the questions that we got from this morning's session and just start there, and that might help you guys to get a better understanding of what we do. One of the first questions we got this morning was, what's your average day like in an advertising agency? And I'll let Caroline and Jake provide some feedback there to start. So Jake, you want to jump in?
So for me, I'm one of the project managers. So a typical day for me is communicating with our internal team, like Caroline or Dan, regarding any of the projects that they are currently on, which could be an array of designing an advertising flyer, creating logos, updating billboards, inputting some additional content onto a website for a client. And so my typical day, I'm kind of bouncing around between 8 to 12 projects or clients on an average day, where it'll either be just, maybe 15 minutes for one, where I'm just updating a couple things or coordinating a meeting with that client, to a full-on few hours invested into adjusting their pay-per-click campaign through Google advertising. And then, of course, answering the phones as people call in, which can throw a wrench in the plan for your day, because then they'll have a fire that needs put out, and something on their website isn't showing properly, or there's like a video that isn't buffering, and any number of things can pop up. And so that's one of the things that pop in is essentially damage control, to be ready to do that. So that's kind of a typical day of a project manager.
Yeah, it's sort of the same thing. I'm a graphic designer. I also work on search engine marketing, and I kind of do a number of things here. We all do. So it really varies depending on what the deadlines are. If there's a print piece due that has to go to print today, obviously you have to focus on that. There are things that we have to do monthly that we sort of spread out our work through the day. So it kind of just depends on your availability for that day, what you work on. So it's never boring.
Yeah, that's one thing that we mentioned a lot through this process this morning was just kind of the diversity of the type of work. So on any given day, we might be working on a project where we're trying to help plan an event and doing some marketing or coordinating around an event, and then may move over to somebody that's doing e-commerce on their website, and we need to coordinate with their developers to add some functionality for a checkout or in the shopping cart. And then might get a phone call from a client that is experiencing some email issues on their computer and need a little bit of help in making some adjustments to their settings. So everything from small to large projects, as Jake mentioned, and we do manage a lot of clients on any given day and week and month. So really a big part of our work is to first make sure that we're providing really good customer service and responding and making sure the clients know where we're at on everything. And then to coordinate our day and make sure that we're prioritizing all of the tasks individually, which I'm sure some of you are learning through your education is the importance of being organized. And that's a big part of our day-to-day here. Mm-hmm. So another question that came up was in reference to different software and different types of applications that we use. And we do have a little different scenario for each type of individual. Our developers are typically utilizing HTML and Java and PHP as far as languages that we use for development, and then open source database systems like MySQL. And then we also do some work in WordPress and some other third-party applications there. And then the designers.
Yes, designers pretty much exclusively use the Adobe suite. So InDesign, Photoshop for web design or image editing, and then Illustrator for making logos. So it really depends on what application, what you're creating, which application within that suite we use, but pretty exclusively Adobe works well for us.
Faith, do you have any questions? Anything that you want to chat to us in particular? Otherwise, we'll keep talking about some of our day-to-day work. One of the things that that we were talking about a little earlier today was industries. So some of we have a very diverse industry client base. We're not really specific to any one industry. And on our website, if you go under our work, you'll see some of the different industries that we do work in, as well as the individual types of work. So you can navigate through the website to see some of that. But some of this is based on our area. So we do work a little bit in agriculture. We do some projects for some farms in the area. And this is actually a farm labor company that helps recruit people in the labor market. And we do a lot of work in like manufacturing, in education. We've got a lot of clients that are community organizations and nonprofits, real estate, all different types of industries that we work in.